I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Cardinals stroll away with a 14-point win. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. Before we get to the big news of the week, let's do a quick shakedown on the rest of the NFL's injuries. Jeff Saturday might be the biggest loss on this list. He's suffering from a pulled calf muscle, and that'll keep him out for 6 weeks. Now the big story of the day. Anthony McFarland will be on the sidelines for a while, and that is not good news for his club. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Giants pick up their first win of the year. Marty Booker stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Justin McCarron's pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Jets beat the Steelers. Right on the Mississippi River in St. Louis, we had the Rams get sent away with a 7-point loss. Broncos, Redskins. Jake the Snake Plumber is always tough to cover inside the red zone. The ball at the 18-yard line, and there's a little room at the 2, touchdown. The Broncos go on to win this by the final score of 20-13. Up in Ford Field, we had the Lions get squeezed out by 4 points. The Colts defense held their opponents to under 150 passing yards in their win at Qualcomm Stadium. The Packers won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Redskins. Peerless Price stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. John Kitna threw for a ton of touchdowns and helped his Bengals beat the Jaguars. 49ers, Texans. Corey Bradford is split out at the 39-yard line. And a short play, and he's running deep. Makes the grab at the 10, the 5, touchdown. The Texans go on to win this by the final score of 34-28. Deep in Cajun country in New Orleans, we had the Saints get sent away with a 7-point loss. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Patriots pick up win number 2. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Well, trades aren't quite as common in the NFL nowadays as they are in other sports, certainly. But we've got news to report to you on the trading front nonetheless. Aaron Schobel leaves the Bills and will be on his way to the Giants. And they obviously see that as one of the areas that needs improvement. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Pete Kendall is a guy that ought to be able to fit right in with his new club, and he should make his presence felt over time.
Down in Nashville, we had the Titans come away with a decisive 10-point win. And last but not least, we had the Raiders come away victorious. So, 2 weeks into the books here on ESPN, here's my prime time performers for week number 2, and each is going to get a game ball. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.